Cheers to the beginning of the spring semester 2026. I'm getting ready to head off to my ANP class, and let me go ahead and show you how I'm already preparing myself and setting myself up for success. This is my home office, so I've already printed off some handouts. I already printed off my syllabus. I have my binder ready, and I also have my iPad, my ANP for Dummies book that I've been looking over before I've started the class. So I just have to pack all this up into my binder, and I will be ready to rock and roll this semester. Let's go ahead and get ready to go. In 2026, we're not about to be spending money all recklessly, so I'm about to pack me a lunch because I'm gonna have to be at my college for at least 4 hours. So I have some tuna. I'm gonna use some of these Ritz crackers and forget the mayo, just so I can ensure that my portion sizes are great. Just put a handful or a serving size of chips in this bag because we don't want to overdo it. Not gonna prepare my tuna just yet, so I have my container. These little baggy holders, definitely a lifesaver. And gotta stay hydrated, so I have me 2 containers of water because sometimes this isn't enough. And I will see y'all when I get back from class because I have to be focused. And no recording is allowed in the lab, so yeah. So today is Wednesday. I do not have class today, thank goodness. So I'm gonna use today to go ahead and finish dissecting my syllabus. What I mean by when I dissect my syllabus, I'm pulling all the deadlines and due dates from my syllabus and I'm transferring it to my personal planner because I'm not about to be flipping through my syllabus countless times throughout the semester to figure out when stuff is due. Simply highlighting my syllabus is not enough for me. So what helps me be successful is just pulling the information over, and that way at any time I can just pull out my sheet that I've customized and I know when things are due, and it's just better to see it on an actual calendar versus seeing it printed on a piece of paper, because what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to pull out your calendar anyway to figure out, okay, when is February 10th? When is spring break? You're going to have to know the dates anyway. So might as well go ahead and transfer the information to an actual calendar. So we're about to get into that. But first, let's get into this fit check. Like what? What? Okay. Right. And yeah, I don't speak fashion. I am. What? Like what? Is you crazy? Y'all know I used to be an educator, so I got fits for days. I can really pop it, but I just don't be popping it like that for real because I'm trying to stay in my scrub era. But baby, I really can pop it, but I just choose not to. But please don't ever think I can't. Let's go ahead and get into dissecting the rest of my syllabus. So now that I don't got everything situated, I'm actually going to link everything in my description. So just pull the video down, click the links in my descriptions to go to the different type of supplies I'm going to have. I also will have a link to alternatives that I will not be showing because I've already talked about them in previous videos. Those products will be in my actual Amazon storefront. So you would have to go to the link in my bio to check out some of those products. But if you're just wanting the products that I'm specifically talking about in this video, just check the link in my description. I got this generic monthly planner. It's a 3-year planner. I bought this in 2025. And what I told myself when I bought this planner, that I would use it up, and once I got to the last page, I would be done with my nursing program. I am hoping that the year 2028 will be when I am officially done with my nursing program. I can't say that for sure, but that is what I am banking on. If I can get done sooner than that, that would be fantastic. But you know, who knows what the future may hold. Planner was like $10. Don't go out and get one of those fancy planners, not just yet. And I actually have two different type of King art markers. I got the metallic marker set, watercolor brush set. So it just all depends on how I'm feeling. But I have both of them just in case I want to use one or the other. The carrot pen, it's just a standard black pen that I will be using in addition to the markers as well. And I have these highlighters from Office Depot. So I have orange, I have green, I have pink, and I also have blue. Of course, the only other supplies I need is my actual syllabus. So let's go ahead and get into it. Finally, I am done dissecting my syllabus, and I'm about to show you how I've organized my planner to the master key to how I'm going to stay organized for this semester so I can ace Anatomy and Physiology 1, so I can go on to ace Anatomy and Physiology 2 and just be like, all right, what's up? Nursing program admissions, what's up? So I've organized it by the lecture and the lab. Now, the first month, I really didn't know what I was doing. I'm not going to lie to you. I just threw stuff down, but I'm about to show you how it gets better as I go on. All right, so this is starting at week 5, week 6, week 7, week 8. This side is for lecture and this side is for lab because you have to take them both at the same time. So I have everything written down here. I even made myself a little key. Girl, when I tell you, organized girlies, yeah, we in it to win it. And then here is week 9 through week 13. For some reason, there is not a week 13 with lecture, so that is why it's not on this side. But there is a week 13 in lab, so that is why I just added week 13 here. But you can see it still coincides with that side, so I didn't do like week 9, do all that all the way down. And then I also had me a little key here at the top because I use different colors on this page. So the highlighter colors on this page means something different on this page. But don't worry, if I forget, I got it right there at the top. And then lovely spring break. You know, I had to go all out for that week, honey, because, right. And then I got me a little key here at the top because this page will also mean something totally different. And I also have week 15 for lab, but not for lecture. So I just added it to the side here. And that is how my semester is going to go for 2026. I am super excited. I am honestly ready to knock out this semester. Please be sure to look in the description because you will see all of the supplies I use to make this come together. I will list the link to it, so don't worry. Don't worry about asking me. It's already linked in the description, okay? Now that I've gotten that done, out to officially open my A&P book and go ahead and put my access code in and get started on some assignments. I have about 4 days until it's due, but I am not a girly that waits until the deadline. Like, I learned that in my freshman year when I went to college for the first time a long time ago. And one thing I learned is to not wait until the due date unless something has happened during the week and you had to push it back to the actual due date. But if you don't have anything that has tragically unforeseen happen, girl, go ahead and get your work done before the due date. You don't want to be no person that's frantic. Your Wi-Fi gonna cut off on you. Something is gonna happen at the last minute. When you're rushing to do assignments, something always happens at the last minute. And then you can't sit up there and email your instructor because they're gonna know that you're on BS. They've been a student. I mean, they're not your instructor, with just a high school diploma. They had to get some sort of degree to become your instructor. So all the excuses that you can come up with, I'm pretty sure your instructor has heard them all. And there's really nothing that you can come up with if you don't have your assignment turned in by 11:59 p.m. deadline. Unless you can prove that you almost were taken off of Earth, they're not going to excuse anything because they know that you're probably not being truthful. You just didn't know how to manage your time well, and that's why you couldn't complete your assignment. So I'm about to go ahead and log in and get this done. We'll see y'all tomorrow when I get ready to go to lecture. All right, we are off yet to another fabulous day of anatomy and physiology. Today is Thursday, January the 8th. Yay! I have lecture in a few hours. I purchased a anatomy and physiology digital workbook, and I'm gonna print off some flashcards that were included within the digital download. This is why I stress to anybody, I know we are in a digital world, everything's digital, ebook this, e-text, PDF, I get that, but you need to invest into one of these bad boys right here. I've been holding on to my printer since 2020. Yes, I have had problems with it, a lot of problems, but it still prints out, okay? So we're gonna keep it. I'm not replacing it anytime soon. It would literally have to say, girl, you can't print here no more. And then I will get another printer. So I always recommend, always have a printer regardless. I know you like digital, but technology will fail you. And the last thing you need is to be in a pickle and you don't have access to a device and you can't study. So I like to have a backup of printed materials on hand for those just in case episodes. So here is one of the actual digestive system. I've zoomed into it, of course, but you know, traditional flashcards, they look like about a little smaller than this. So these will print out pretty big. So I'm trying to see how I'm going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and print them out and just be reviewing them throughout my day. This is how I'm going to study this semester. Not going to be pushing myself in a corner for 7 hours, writing stuff down, copying stuff, watching videos, listening to lectures. No, ma'am. If you study throughout the day, then when it gets time to a subject that you are really struggling with, then you can set time aside for that specific thing that you're struggling with. But you're trying to study for 12 chapters in one day for 6 hours. Yeah, good luck with that. Not this girl. I'm going to show you how it'll look afterwards. But in the meantime, I hope everybody has a great day. Once I get done with these flashcards, I'm probably going to log into my lecture and see if I can complete my course from yesterday. It's honestly just a welcome and trying to make sure that we're knowledgeable on how to figure out how to find information within the course. It's not really things about the course itself. It's more like a little housekeeping course, so to speak. So I'll probably do that, flashcards, and then I'm going to go ahead and start getting ready for a lecture. So I'll see y'all in a bit. So my printer was actually giving me problems. Go figure, right? But at least I'm glad I went ahead and used my printer. So now I know what I cannot do. I guess it's not capable of printing like 250 pages at once. Since I've tried that in the first week of the semester, I already know I can't be printing a lot of pages at once. So if I need something at the last minute, I know I cannot rely on my personal printer to come through for me when it comes for a lot of pages being printed at once. I did get a few pages printed, so I'm gonna let y'all see. So the flashcards look like this. They are printed on a whole sheet. They're not small like traditional flashcards that you would see, but I printed them out this way for a reason, because I want to be able to see each part of the diagrams of whatever function of the body that I'm observing at that time. This is another prime example, a human anatomy of the ear. I need to see the tiny details, and it may be a little hard to see those details if you have a small flashcard Don't get me wrong, a small flash card or small flashcards are great for portable use. You can just stick them in your pocket, pull them out at any time. This, however, will be a lot to carry around. I can't fit this in my pocket. This will have to be stored probably in my binder or kept in my home office. And I still may take it on the go with me, just keep it in my vehicle. Punch some holes at the end and I put like this little clasp, so to speak. So the pages, I can just flip over, and I have a lot more of these. So I know I have to print like about another 150 pages. What I will do is, as time goes on, I'll like separate them and use a different clasp for each one. So that's not a big of a deal. I know 200 pages will not be able to fit on this little thing, or I just might buy an entire bigger one. Who knows? But I just wanted y'all to see how it looks and how I'm super excited, super prepared for Anatomy and Physiology 1 and 2. Once I get the entire flashcards completed out, it will cover information in Anatomy 1 and Anatomy 2. So that's great. It's not just Anatomy 1. Into the fit check. So y'all know I got my handy dandy pink. Oh yeah, and don't, yeah, Carhartt. Know that, period. And you know, pink socks, period. Today is lecture day only, so that is why I have my hair down. I don't have it pulled back into a ponytail, and that's why I'm wearing my cute pink scrub. When I have lab, I am not going to wear my pink scrubs. I'm gonna wear my other scrubs that were given to me when I took my CNA program, because they were literally a part of the tuition that I paid. So I'm going to wear them to lab, and I don't care if they get messed up or not, because they are not my scrubs of choice. But these Carhartts, they cannot, babes, they cannot get messed up. But these are, girl, I know people be like, oh, you shouldn't be so obsessed with brands. Baby, I am obsessed, okay? Now, there are certain scrubs that I have not tried out yet, but baby, Carhartt is in my top 3, and I'm not talking about 2 or 3. Ow! I don't have lecture to another 2.5 hours, but what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna go ahead and run to the library to print off those additional pages of my flashcards. If I'm not mistaken, as a part of my tuition, I get like a certain amount of free printing in the library per semester, and I'm so upset that I literally printed 0 things last semester. But this semester, you got a thing coming, because I'm going to the library and I'm printing in color, not black and white. And once the lecture is done, I'm headed to the house, period. And I'm going to laminate the rest of those flashcards. And hopefully by the time I head home, my manual would have arrived. I had to order it online because my bookstore was sold out. I was just not about to be running around trying to find this book. So I went online, stayed in my vehicle for like 45 minutes before my lecture started, and just was researching. And by the good graces, I found the manual that I need. I know I'm gonna still have to purchase an access code. That's totally fine. I needed my book like now. If I did not order it when I ordered it, I would be missing out on assignments. And we at the beginning of the semester, we cannot be trying to miss no assignments. So I will talk to y'all a little bit later, maybe later on today, maybe tomorrow. It all depends, but either way it go, I'm gonna see y'all in a little bit. What's up? So today is Friday, January the 9th. My plan totally went left with going to my library to print off my flashcard. Girl, tell me why they don't have any color printing at my college. I'm just like, why? After just thinking about it, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try something a little bit different, because I want my stuff in color. So what I did was I resized all of the flashcards. Yes, it was a stickler, but I am so glad I took about maybe an hour yesterday resizing all of the flashcards, and I finally got my printer to at least act well enough to print off 20 pages instead of 200. So I'm gonna show you the results. Printed off yesterday. This is a whole page with just one flashcard. And this is several flashcards on one page, and girl, I printed on front and back. So woo! I am so glad that I know a little bit about technology, because had I not known this, this would have not been possible. So I just gotta kiss my brain. I used to tell students that kiss your brain. So I'm about to laminate these, so now I can have me some portable flashcards. I am so excited, so I can study at any time, anywhere, while I'm eating dinner, while I'm doing laundry, while I'm running to the store. I'm gonna have these flashcards on me like my license. Okay, I am all done. Oh, money spread with anatomy cards. So I am super excited to go ahead and get this done. Tomorrow, which is Saturday, I'm gonna go ahead and do my other assignment that I have due. I believe I don't have an assignment due until the following week, but I like to get a head start, right? If you work early, then you're on time. If you working at the deadline, then girl, you behind. That's the mindset I have, right? So I'm going to go ahead and complete that assignment tomorrow, and I'm just going to take that day to rest. I'm not going to be recording any content tomorrow. I feel like this is already a lot. YouTube, TikTok, and being present in this class is a lot. You have stayed this long, girl. Thank you. Give me a follow, like, subscribe, share, comment. If you are on your nursing school journey as well, let me know what class you're currently in, or if you're on the fence about going to nursing school, drop a comment below. Let me know where you are in your journey. I will see y'all on the next vlog. Bye.